So a few weeks ago, I received a surprise little gift in the mail from Boost Auto Parts. This is their new 2020 style GM key fob upgrade for these older GM trucks and SUVs. Now, you may remember Boost Auto Parts from one of my more popular videos on the channel when I upgraded TT's key fob from the stock, what I like to call Fisher Price style, up to another Boost Auto Parts product, the newer style GM fob. Well, today they have an even newer style. We're gonna get it programmed up. Gonna give you guys a little review on it. I mean, it's just a key fob, but is it worth the $64 upgrade? Let's find out. Where did I throw it now? I mean, it's ugly, but if it still works, why not have a spare, right? So before we get this thing programmed up, I just want to talk compatibility for a minute and clear some issues with my first key fob video that some people seem to have. Now, one thing that seemed to come up a lot in the comments was people saying that they bought the fob and they couldn't get it as a program with their car or something. You got to know this upgrade is specifically for GM full-size SUVs and trucks. So even though GM used this style fob in a lot of vehicles, and you guys remember in my video, I upgraded from this to this, just because you have this fob on your vehicle, whether it's an Oldsmobile, Saturn, a truck like this, it doesn't mean it's going to work for all those vehicles. Once again, this is specifically for GM full-size trucks and SUVs. The other problem seemed to be that people thought they could just go to like the dealer or eBay or Amazon, or if they just had one laying around from another one of their vehicles, that they could program the newer style fob to their vehicle. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. Now, the Boost Auto Parts fobs, both this style and this style that they offer now, they are specifically made to work with a wide selection of years. So once again, this is going to work from 1999 up to 2019 on these full-size SUVs and trucks. A regular GM fob, if you just got one from the dealer, has the Chevy badge on it, or you got one from Amazon, whatever it may be, it's not going to work with it because it doesn't have the specific chip that these fobs from Boost Auto Parts have. So with those issues cleared up, let's get you guys in close. We'll take a closer look at these. I'll show you exactly how my previous one is faring, and we'll get it programmed up. So in my first key fob video, we upgraded from this to this. Now, I know you're probably thinking it doesn't look like much of an upgrade. However, it was. Now, this thing didn't hold up very well in the cosmetic department, but I'm not gonna fault the fob itself because I am pretty hard on these things. I have what you'd probably call a janitor's keychain. So I have like 1 million keys on it, like 4 different car keys, different house keys, different keys to random locks and sheds and storage units. So this thing kind of being in my pocket with 1 million other keys just getting sanded away at for the past 2 years probably didn't do it any favors. However, if you do have one of these and you were a little gentler on it, maybe you just kept the fob separate with the key just for your vehicle, let me know how it held up. But as far as functionality goes, nothing wrong with it. Works perfectly fine. The case is holding up actually really good. Like, it's not separating. There are no structural issues, if you will, to it. It's mostly just cosmetic. The chrome foil kind of rubbed off and the buttons are a little faded. I mean, other than that, still works perfectly fine. Now, taking a look at the new fob, the first thing I noticed before I even took it out of the plastic, it is substantially heavier than this one. It feels like it's like twice the weight. And after taking a closer look at it, I realized this is all metal now. So where the old one was just plastic and it had like a foil sticker on it, yeah, this is just all metal. It's actual, you know, some kind of a chrome. Now the price of this guy is $63.95, whereas the older style upgrade is around 43 bucks. And they do offer this in a black finish as well. So if you don't want the chrome at all, you can get this completely black and then you won't have to worry about it all flaking off. But let's go ahead, go through the programming process, get this thing set up, and we'll see how it works. So I've been through this process with you guys in the previous video. Very simple to program these fobs to these vehicles. Just put the key in the ignition, leave it off. So just kind of slip it in there, don't turn it, don't do anything with it. You're gonna wanna hold down the unlock button and then cycle the key twice. So on, off, on, off. You hear the lock cycle, everything beeps. Gonna pull that a little bit so it doesn't beep. Now we're in programming mode. So what we're gonna do now is take our new fob. We wanna hold the lock and unlock buttons for about like 15 to 20 seconds, and then we're gonna hear the lock cycle or the horn honk or something, and it's going to verify that this is programmed. Pressing them both down. There we go, lock cycled. So our new guy is programmed. Now when you do this, it is going to clear the memory of any fob you have programmed. So if you have multiples, you want to program them all again at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead, take our older style boost fob, which is actually the newer style for this truck. I'm going to do the same thing. That's that one. Now I don't exactly know how many you can actually program into this, but I'm going to go ahead and program our Fisher-Price style as well. All right, that's it. So last thing we're going to do, I'm going to put the key on, you'll hear it honk, and that's it. We should be all programmed up. Good. Good. And our new guy. Awesome. Now I'm just going to go ahead and test the remote start. There's no reason why this wouldn't work, but let's see. So to start my remote start, we got to do lock, unlock, lock. That works perfectly fine. Then I could do the same thing to turn it off. So lock, unlock, lock. Let's test the panic button. There we go. So with our fob all programmed and working, is it worth the 64 bucks? I personally think it is. Now, the newest vehicle I own is a 2008 Saturn Astra. I did have to get a fob for that. It has like a, you know, a switchblade Jetta kind of key. I got that off of eBay, new old stock, an actual like Saturn fob for 60 bucks around. So that's the extent of expensive key fobs that I had to buy. I'm assuming if you have like a 2020 Tahoe or a Silverado, or whatever it may be, that uses this fob, you go to the dealer to get a replacement. I can't imagine it only costing $60. So if this is something that you care about and you do want to do this upgrade, I mean, 64 bucks to be able to program a newer one to one of these vehicles, totally worth the money to me. Now, with that being said, if you don't really care about, you know, getting a nice new fancy newer style key fob, the older ones are nice because you can kind of repair them yourself. So assuming that the fob still works correctly and the case just gets cracked or the buttons get worn away, you can essentially just go online and you could buy a case and you could buy the button. So you just split this apart, like when you replace the battery, you could take the little board out, put it in the new case, and then essentially you have a new fob. You didn't have to program it. It cost you like nothing, and you know, you could just be on your way. However, if you are like me and you do care about this stuff, and I know some of you guys are like me, because even till like up until a couple of weeks ago, I still see comments on that first key fob video where people are like ecstatic about the upgrade. They're like, this is a great upgrade. I can't wait to order this. Thanks for the tip. This is going to be great. And I'm not the only one who seems to enjoy stupid little upgrades like this. So once again, I'm going to link this down in the description if you do want to go check it out. But also just make sure you go on their website, you enter your year, make, model, just verify fitment before you order this. Once again, you do need to get the Boost Auto Parts fob, so don't think you could just go get one from Chevy or eBay if you find it for like $10 cheaper, because it's not going to work unless it gets you get one from Boost Auto Parts with that special Boost Auto Parts board in it that works with these older vehicles, as well as the newer ones from '99 up until 2019. But once again, that is going to do it for this video, and I'll see you guys in a few days.